Hello everybody and welcome to the PS4 social race tonight here at the British Grand Prix. My name is Kieran McGinley. If you've never heard me before, if you've never seen any one of my commentaries before, I welcome you along to it. Bit of a lower field today, however, still in with a chance of racing against people these drivers don't normally race against, so it's a good chance for them to sort of race against each other, get a feel for how they're all doing, and hopefully have a really good race today. Only 6 drivers, but gives us a chance to maybe commentate over some people I've never commentated over, and gives everybody a chance to, well, listen to me, which I don't think is a great idea. However, we are here at the British Grand Prix. Thank you very much for joining us here for this social race. I do hope you have a fantastic time here. Obviously, I will try and keep up with the chat as best I can. And yeah, I really hope you enjoy your stay here with the social race. So we are at the British Grand Prix now. I did miss the last social race last time around. It had more people, funnily enough. But in the meantime, we can sit back, relax, and watch some of these races. Really unwind and have a bit of fun as well. It's the whole point of the social race, is to have a bit of fun. As maybe they're trying some strategies, maybe they're trying some new wheel setups, you never know. But the whole point of the social race is to maybe race against people you don't normally race against. In terms of how this lobby is set up, let me just take you through some of the details. So it's a short qualifying with a 50% race. The cars are equal, of course. The weather is always clear. We do have the safety car enabled. Parc Fermé is turned off, which means you can have a different setup to qualifying and the race, which should be an interesting one. Damage is off completely, with corner cutting still on strict. We will have a formation lap. Race starts are manual, with the race times being official, and assists allowed are the racing line and automatic gears only. This is because it involves everyone all the way down to tier 8 or F8, if you want to call it that way. So it's meant to be inclusive. It's meant to have 20 drivers from as many of the tiers as possible. So hopefully we're in for a good one tonight. Then first out of the pits then is going to be, I didn't actually see who left the pit lane first, but I think it's going to be, yes it is, it's Evolution. I get it now. That's good, I like that. There he is, coming out of the pit lane now as he makes his way now towards turn 3. Now, the bane of my commentary is the British Grand Prix, and I'll tell you why. I still don't know every single name around this track. You'd think I'd know by now, wouldn't you? But, oh well, never mind. Hopefully I'm coming through nice and clear on your end, and I am looking forward to this one as well. Yeah, if you've never actually come across my commentary before, I welcome you. Hopefully you're going to have a great time. I will try and keep up with the chat as well, so if you've got any questions, sling them my way, and I will do my best to try and answer them as best as I can. Hopefully we're going to have a good one here. Okay, it's only 6 people, but you know what? That doesn't really matter at the end of the day. It's all about these guys having a little bit of fun and getting ourselves more acquainted to everybody out there. So at the moment we've got Sam Gamer out here as he makes his way now through Maggots and then through Beckett as we make our way now towards Chapel. And I will get some of these corner names wrong, I guarantee it, as he now warms up his tyre, the softest tyres possible. Remember, we have got the 3 tyres available, which are the soft tyres, the medium tyres, and the blue-walled hard tyres, which I doubt are going to get used whatsoever. Well, it's going to be a good one then, as Sam Gamer makes his way around the final couple of corners. He makes his way through Club Corner and around the final corner now towards the start-finish lane to start a flying lap as he heads towards turn 1. This fast right-hander here, as we then followed straight away by the left-hander heading now towards turn 3, braking just between the 50 marker board, as that's probably a little bit too late for Sam Gamer as he now makes his way through the loop through turn 4 on the exit hill on the curb, now making his way through the slight left-hander as we head now down the straight here down towards turn 6, I believe. And I told you I'd get these corner names wrong eventually. It's coming back to bite me now as we head through Woodcote now, and through turn 7, and then as we head towards turn 8 here, this slight right-hander all the way to the old turn 1. I know this one. This is Copse Corner coming up. And this is now the new turn 9. Chuck the car in there. You can see Sam Gamer getting out of the throttle slightly as he now makes his way towards Maggots and Beckett's through 10, through 11, and then through that left-hander of turn 12, which gets tighter and tighter as you go through turn 13 now, and now coming towards 14, down the hanger straight now, all the way towards turn 15. And it's a great overtaking opportunity. We saw Nigel Mansell go around the outside of somebody going into this very corner through turn 15, flying through. Watch the exit there on the left-hand side as we now head down towards turn 16 and 17 as he locks up going into Vale there, and now coming around Club Corner as we make our way through 17 and then through 18 there, getting a little bit on that Verstappen curb there as he makes his way towards the line. It's a 1:28.4 from Sam Gamer. How about Evolution as he makes his way now around the final 2 turns? What sort of lap time can he post? I don't think it's going to be a representative one. It's going to be a 1:33.8 from Evolution there as he now makes his way through Farm now on the way towards turn 3. So 6 drivers right now out there as we're watching Evolution make his way now towards this fast left-hander here down towards Luffield here. Silverstone, of course, has been redesigned from the classic circuit, which now at the turn 1, which is now, you used to turn left, but now you turn right at Abbey as you go through Farm. And here we go through Copse Corner. Fantastic right hand. It used to be the old turn 1, of course. And the old turn 1 there then led you straight into Maggots, and then we're coming through Beckett's now. And as we're right on board with Evil now, as he makes way into the DRS zone, down the hanger straight, as he makes his way towards Stowe. And like I said before, you have Nigel Mansell going round the outside at this very corner to make an overtake stick. Still part of the old track, as he makes his way now down Vale into the last couple of corners now. He makes his way through Club Corner, which is the very last corner around here. And as he makes his way towards the start-finish line, it's a 1:27.5. And that is going to put him up to 2nd place. Heading through Abbey and then Farm. Coming towards turn 3, which is Village. There you are, you see I'm getting the names now as we head now towards the loop. That's through turn 4, then turn 5, which is Aintree, down the Wellington Straight. As you saw the Ferrari there, Vanquish, just running slightly wide, and now pretty much abandoning that lap altogether as we head towards Brooklands now, through turn 6. And then you've got Luffield, which is turn 7 here. And this is a great opportunity. Luffield is an interesting corner. Multiple ways you can take that corner. We've seen drivers like Vettel run slightly deep so that they can try and prioritise the exit of the corner. You see drivers trying to keep it tight to the inside in the hopes they'll get better traction. But yeah, multiple ways you can take that corner, and all of them don't seem to be the wrong way either. As Evolution now makes his way through Maggots, and then coming now through Beckett's. Fantastic set of 4 corners there as he makes his way through Chapel and down the hanger straight now towards Stowe Corner. Stowe Corner, which is of course at turn 15 on the track. Makes his way through and back towards the pit lane. So at the moment it's Tezza on pole position at the moment, with Evil coming into the pits. Vanquish is out there now and looking like he's on well, he is on a flying lap right now as he makes his way around Club Corner and towards the start finish line. That's a 1:37.3, so it does count, but of course that's not a representative lap time. As he makes his way now on the run towards Village now, harsh braking zone into that right hander. Of course, if you're liking this racing, or this qualifying I should say, make sure you do subscribe to the channel. You can be part of the 10,000 people subscribed to AOR. It's a fantastic number, so thank you all for your support. Thank you all for watching this one as well, and thank you for joining me. You can also follow Apex Online Racing on Twitter, by the way. It's at Apex On Racing, and while you're there, why not give me a follow at KSMCGF1. There you go, that's all the plugs out of the way for now. It's all the plugs out of the way for now, anyway. Vanquish now coming through Copse Corner. Fast right-hander, the old turn 1. You have to be very brave there as we head now into this fantastic section through Maggots now. As we head through these series of corners through Beckett. And then on towards Chapel, down the hanger straight now, on towards Stowe Corner. Overtaking points on this circuit, we'll discuss on the formation lap. Vanquish now making his way through Stowe Corner. Watching that exit now, very easy to invalidate your lap time as he makes his way now down towards turn 16. And then it's through 17 and 18 of Club Corner. Making his way now around the last corner. Watch that curve on the inside. Vanquish 126.8, which puts him into P2. So you've got Carnage there out on a lap right now on the soft tyres. You've also got Noir Raider. That's a great name. Carnage then really slowing up this time, heading towards the final couple of corners. And well, just nice and easy. Then he lights up the rear tyres, gets some heat into the rear tyres as he now makes his way around the final corner and towards the start-finish line. Now in towards turn 1. Flying through now as he makes his way through turn 2 now on towards Village. That first braking zone on towards turn 4 and the loop. Yep, it's really called the loop. Watching the exit there as we head towards turn 5 of Aintree and then down the Wellington Straight. Perfect chance to build up that speed as we head towards the left-hander of Brooklands. Followed quickly by the right-hander of Luffield. Good chance to try and build up your speed here as you head out of turn 7 into Woodcote of turn 8. This slight right-hander here carrying and building up all the speed as you head towards turn 9, Cops Corner. And again, chucking the car in. You can see there it's more than like 3/4 of throttle there. These cars produce so much downforce, they still can't take Cops Corner flat out, that's for sure. Carnage then, look at how smooth that was then through Maggots and Beckett's. DRS wide open now as he makes his way down the hanger straight this is. On towards Stowe Corner, turn 15. Using that curb there to make the track as wide as possible to help us turn in then. And you can see there, nice and tidy through the middle of the corner, heading now down towards 16 and then 17 through Club Corner. And what sort of lap time can Carnage set down as he makes his way through the final couple of corners? 126.9 from Carnage. And that puts him into 3rd place. Now, a bit of trivia for you, history if you like. I was actually at the British Grand Prix back in 2008, one of the final editions of the classic circuit as we see it now. And yeah, I loved it, absolutely loved it. It was won by Lewis Hamilton in the pouring rain. Terrible conditions, but yeah, I loved every second of it. I was actually at Club Corner, and this was Club Corner when, well, it was the old circuit, so it was midway through the lap. There is Tezza then, 126.6, puts himself back on pole position at the moment. And he'll be winding down now, maybe to try again. Noir Raider still not set a lap time yet in this qualifying session. As we now look to see who else is on a flying lap. Evolution looks like he's on a lap now as he heads through the loop and towards turn 5 of Aintree. And he's down the Wellington Straight. Here we go then, down towards turn 6. And then in towards Luffield of turn 7. Like I said, multiple ways to take that line. All of them are not exactly wrong as we now head through turn 8 through Woodcote. And then up towards Cops Corner, turn 9. And he'll chuck the car in, see if it sticks. Through there in 8th gear, we haven't seen that yet. All the drivers we've seen through there so far have sort of changed down to 7th, or stayed in 7th I should say. But you saw Evolution there, go up to 8th gear as he takes out the camera on turn 13 there. Fantastic. It's not that we needed that one. DRS then open as we head our way down towards Stowe Corner and turn 15. Coming through now. Hugging that inside curb, but runs slightly wide. That could be enough to invalidate the lap. We'll have to wait and see now as he heads now down towards 16. Then it's through 17. And then coming around turn 18 now. What's the lap time going to be from Evolution? He heads towards Alliance. 126.6. That does put him up to 2nd place. 0.08 of a second off of Tezza then. So good day for the Renaults right now. 5 minutes to go then in qualifying, and Tezza currently holds provisional pole position. Evolution is in 2nd. The 126.6. Vanquish then in third place, 126.8, doing his best to warm up the tyres before Maggots there. Carnage, who's in the pits, 126.9, puts him into fourth place. Sam Gamer in fifth place, 127.8, and Noir Raider currently in sixth place there, yet to set a lap time in this qualifying session. If you've just joined us, a very warm welcome to you to the PS4 social race here at the British Grand Prix. And you can see there Vanquish now making his way through Stowe Corner. Heading his way now down towards turn 16. Still trying to warm up those tyres as best as he can. As he makes his way through 16 and then through 17. Coming around the final corner now of turn 18. And what can he do then? As he makes his way towards turn 1. Flying through there now in 7th gear. Making his way now through farm and down towards turn 3. As he looks to big lock up there going through the loop. Now having to keep the car under control through Aintree and along the Wellington straight now on towards turn 6. DRS wide open, riding on board now as we head towards turn 6. That flying left-hander. A little bit of throttle control there as we now head through Luffield now. Caught the grass a little bit on entry. Might not benefit that one as we now head through Woodcote. And now on towards Copse Corner, turn 9. And will he stay in 7th? Yes, he will. Comes off the throttle slightly, then straight back on it. ERS all the way up to mode 4 as we head now in towards Maggots through turn 12. Then it's through Beckett's here of turn 14. And then through Chapel now. Oh, my apologies. Through turn 13, then Chapel 14. Yeah, you see? You see what I mean about Silverstone and the corner names? I still won't get it right. Heading now down towards Stowe through turn 15 now. Running wide on the exit curve there. We've seen that before from Evolution. Didn't invalidate his lap time. Here we go then through turn 16. Then it's through turn 17. As we now make our way towards the final corner now. On towards the start-finish line. 126.5 from Vanquish. That puts him on provisional pole position. Just over 2.5 minutes left then of qualifying here in Silverstone. And yeah, bit of a lock up there from the Ferrari. Ooh, bit of a loss of back end as well as he headed up towards the loop there. I wonder if we're going to see Noir Raider join us once again onto the circuit. I do wonder. We've got Sam Gamer once again on an out lap, warming up those tyres, going through the warming cycle as he now heads down towards turn 6 there. Runs a little wide. It's okay for him though as he makes his way through turn 7 through Luffield. Of course, he's well, he's on an out lap, so it won't be too costly for him as he's still warming up those tyres. And Noir Raider here has got to get a little bit of a move on. I'll have to check to see where he is. The Red Bulls. Yeah, there's movement in the Red Bull garage, so they are getting ready for a run here. And remember, Silverstone has an agonisingly long pit lane. It feels longer than it actually is because of the slow pit lane speed limit. And you'll see here 60 kph heading down towards the pit lane exit. Agonising is the only word for it. But as we see here, that is Evolution making his way through turn 9 on the run now towards Maggots and Beckett. So Vanquish has retired from the session. There is Noir Raider, but you know what? I think he's left it too late. He's not going to have time to do an out lap and get a lap in. Left it too late, I think, but well, there's a reason I'm in the commentary box. That's for sure. We've got a couple of cars out then for their final chance at grabbing pole position. Vanquish feels he's done all he can, either that or he feels there's not enough time for him to set a proper lap. There is Sam getting a little bit loose out of the loop then through Aintree and down the Wellington straight on the run towards turn 6. Can he get better then through sector 1? 27.6 through sector 1. As we head now in towards turn 7, you can see there Sam Gamer running a little wide in towards Luffield, hoping to get a better exit as we head through Woodcote now and on towards Copse Corner. Now Sam will probably stay in 7th here, uses that curve on the left hand side to help his turn in there, make the corner as wide as possible on entry as he makes the run now down towards Maggots now and then through turn 12, then 13 of Maggots here. You can see there the car wanting to lose control through turn 12. Amazing stuff then as we head now down the hangar straight towards Stowe Corner. And look at that then, Sam staying in 7th gear then Eager to just rev that engine as much as he can, but he runs wide at Stowe Corner. That's not going to help him as he makes the run now down towards 16, and then it's through 17. As now he gets onto that curb there, and yeah, you go. Sam Gamer comes across the line. It's 128.7 from him, and yeah, that will be his day over. There's Carnage off track then. That's his lap gone. So you've got Evolution out there. You've also got Tezza making his way now in towards Maggots. Here's Evolution though, going through Stowe Corner. On the run now down towards turn 16. Locking up a little bit then on entry. Now coming through turn 17. And on the run now through turn 18. Can he improve on his 126.6? He can't. Loose out by just over a tenth of a second. There's Tezza into the wall. That is his lap done then. So Vanquish then with, if I can see the purple time, with a 126.5. Grabs pole position then for the social race. Then Tezza in second, 126.6. Same time roughly for Evolution, although he's just down on his teammate by 0.08 of a second. Carnage then 126.9 and Sam Gamer 127.8. I don't think he got a proper chance to set a lap time then. Noir Raider then did not set a lap time at all in that qualifying session, so he will start in 6th place as we get ready then for the British Grand Prix then, as we have a look at the pit lane then. Checker flag is obviously out, so we're just waiting for the last drivers to retire from the session. And there we are then. They have retired, and we're riding with the Mercedes. Sam Gamer in 5th place. And yeah, got it all wrong on that lap earlier on, but yeah, he will have to start from 5th place. So then, we look at the qualifying results then, as we head towards the British Grand Prix. Let's have a look. There you are, they're all confirmed. So Vanquish is starting on pole position with Tezza 2nd, Evolution 3rd, Carnage 4th, Sam Gamer in 5th and Noir Raider in 6th. Sam in the chat saying hello. Hello Sam, saying he's all over the place. 5th place, 1.2 seconds down. I could see that. I could give it a good guess anyway. Thank you everybody as well for also joining the stream. Lovely to have you along for the social race, and hopefully we can get a good race on our hands. Let us know who you think is going to win, by the way. Who's going to win this social race? It's a chance for everybody to have a chance and see what they can do against opposition they may not be able to face on the regular. See, this is the problem with doing solo commentary. You have to make the tweet yourself. That's the only thing. You have to make the tweet yourself. So I'm doing 2 things at once here. Just talk amongst yourselves for a bit. Yeah, you see, it's really difficult at the moment to type and talk. It's worryingly bad, though, this. Alright. Now I'm talking to myself as I type. This is great viewing, isn't it? I love it. You'd think I'd have a tweet like this set up and ready to go, but you thought wrong. You just thought wrong. Oh, now it's done that thing where it just drags a random part of a word. Anyway, let's get on to the formation lap then. As you see, all the cars making their way down towards turn 1. 9 cars now we have with us for this one, as they make their way now on towards turn 3. Turn 3, a good opportunity for an overtaking opportunity. As you can see there, Vanquish running a little bit wide actually, as he comes to a complete stop. So we'll ride on board with Tezza then as he makes his way through the loop. Now running up the hill, if you like, through turn 5. DRS zone here. On the run down towards turn 6 is going to be an interesting one to see. You can try and put it up the inside in towards turn 6 here. The only problem is you put yourself on the outside for turn 7 of Luffield. So that's the only problem with that. You've got to get a good exit out of Luffield on the run down towards Woodcote and then through Copse Corner. Last thing you want to do as well is run too wide going through turn 9. That is a recipe that doesn't quite end well. If you have watched any races in the past, you have to be brave going through there. That's the word for it, brave. Well, it's a word for it. And then you're coming through the Maggots and Beckett's section here as we head through turn 11, 12 and 13 on the run here in the DRS zone just before turn 14. As you can see there, down the hanger straight all the way to Stowe. We saw Nigel Mansell go round the outside all those years ago, and again, brave. It's just bravery around this track. If at Stowe Corner you can't get the move done, well, you've got a fantastic opportunity on the run through Vale down towards turn 16 to try and go up the inside. The only problem is it sticks you on the outside for 17 and 18, and that is probably the last place you want to be for that section. Best to be on the outside to try and see if you can get the car in front of you to defend the outside line. Maybe that's the only problem. But we're here then for the social race on the PS4. And a very warm welcome to you if you've just joined us for this one. 9 cars out on track here tonight. A chance for the drivers to race against people they maybe don't race against on the fly. But here we are then, on board with Vanquish then, looking at those 5 red lights. Here we are then for the British Grand Prix here at this social race. It's 5 red lights. The social race is underway, and what are the starts like? Looks like Vanquish there gets a great start off the grid then, and he can take turn 1 very easily as we head through. Cars going too wide then, that's the 2 Renaults going too wide, then the 2 Mercedes as well, as Tezza having a look up the inside as we head through turn 3, and he's got the lead of the race. Round the outside now, and that looks like Vanquish in trouble. You see, this is what happens when you don't complete the formation lap. You struggle with the tyre wear, and that's Beck around in the Toro Rosso. He's all the way around in the infield. And, well, no damage anyway, so he'll be able to recover. But there is Tezza in the lead of the race at the moment. Vanquish here around the outside of Luffield now. Through turn 7 we go. And he's stuck on the outside now is Vanquish, but Sam Gamer's right behind. Meanwhile, Dougie in 6th place then. As found a way past Noir Raider. Here they come now, down towards turn 9. You can see Carnage there defending the inside line, but he's going to run wide, and that looks like Vanquish could try and take an opportunity here. On the run now, down towards Maggots here, and then through this S section here. Really unwise to run too wide through this section as we head now through Maggots, and then in towards turn 14. Chapel, no DRS of course just yet. In the slipstream we go then, down the hill now towards Stowe Corner. Will anyone try around the outside? 8 of them in a line then as we head towards Stowe Corner. And that is Vanquish there, still in the slipstream, but he runs wide. That could be down to the dirty air. And the Ferrari having trouble staying behind this Mercedes right now. Carnage runs a little bit deep into turn 16 there as we run through turn 17, then through turn 18. Carnage losing the back end then on the exit of 17, now runs wide on the exit of 18. He's really struggling out there, Carnage. He's just got to keep his head down and keep focused. End of lap 1 then. Tezza is leading this one. Carnage in 2nd, Vanquish 3rd. Started on pole position with Sam Gamer 4th. That is Evolution in 5th. Dougie Falcon 6th. Noir Raider in 7th. That's Donkin 8th. And then Beck is in 9th. Meanwhile, Evolution then has got away past Sam Gamer, as has Dougie. And there was a little bit of contact between the 3 of them there. But Sam is not going to take that line down, I don't think. Here's Dougie going up the inside of the Renault then. In towards turn 6 we go. And that is a car off in Sector 1. At the moment, we're still watching Dougie Falcons. Oh, he's lost the back end and then clips Evolution there. That spins him back around. Very lucky there to clip the front wing there, because that really helped him back around and not send him into a spin. So he recovers, but he's all the way now down in 8th place. Vanquish then still on the tail of Carnage ahead of him. Meanwhile, Noir Raider started 6th place, not setting a lap time in qualifying, and is currently 6th place. So it's been a decent start for him, but he's putting Sam Gamer under a lot of pressure here. He's got to do well here. Still no DRS as we head on to the 2nd lap of this one. Noir Raider in the slipstream of Sam Gamer on the run down towards Cops Corner. And again, just not close enough to have a go, but he'll still put the Mercedes in front of him under that pressure as we now head down towards turn 16. That's Noir Raider leaving his braking late then, almost having a chance, as now the Red Bull right behind Sam Gamer. And that's what happens when you're running so close to the car behind. You almost follow their lines exactly. It's something you really don't want to fall into too quickly. Very, very easy to just keep following that line, and it's something you don't want to do at all, because otherwise if you run wide and you lose all that time, well, they run wide and that could have been your opportunity gone. DRS active then, and as you can see down the Wellington straight, it's in full effect then. Tezza still holding on to this one. Carnage in 2nd, Vanquish 3rd. Evolution has dropped back a little bit. He's in 4th place. Sam Gamer in 5th. He's under pressure now from Noir Raider, Donk and Dougie. There they are, all in a line, and Beck is 18 seconds down, so he must have been the yellow flag in Sector 1, so he's obviously had an off somewhere. and finds himself further back than he was originally. Darting now through Copse Corner. It's all about keeping a nerve through there. As we're riding on board with Noir Raider as he's trying to chase down Sam Gamer. Here we go then through Maggots and Beckett's through turn 12, and Sam Gamer gets onto the curb there, which unsettles the car through 13, and now coming through turn 14. DRS wide open. Is this a chance for Noir Raider to try and have a go? That's Donk in trouble then. That's on the exit of turn 14. He's gone onto the curb, and that's unsettled the car, and he's gone straight around. Noir Raider then still on the tail of Sam Gamer as we head now down towards turn 16, and giving him a little tap as well. Why not? And Dougie has a 5-second stop go for speeding in the pit lane. He will have to serve that at his next pit stop or at the end of the race if he doesn't make another pit stop. He cannot serve it on this pit stop. As you can see there, that is Sam Gamer. Oh, sorry, that's Carnage then we're watching. Trying to chase down the race lead of Tezza. As we see now, heading through turn 5, through Aintree, and now on the run down the Wellington Straight and down towards turn 6. Then Dougie has retired from the session and safety car's been deployed. So Dougie Falcons retires from the race and a safety car gets deployed. Everyone gets bunched back up and we start all over again. Obviously, race control just thought, well, you're all getting a bit too spaced out. We want you all back together, and that's what we want. So then, Tezza leading after lap number 4, Carnage in 2nd, Vanquish 3rd, Evolution 4th, Sam Gamer 5th, Noir Raider 6th, Donkin 7th, and Beck in 8th. This is going to bring Beck right back into the mix then. He was running quite some way down, but it's going to bring him straight back into this one now. So then they will be met at some point by the safety car. Somewhere between turns 3 and 4, I hope. As there is Tezza making his way now down towards Stowe Corner. So everybody gets a chance now to really save some fuel, save some ERS, as they can build it all up. As we can now see some telemetry. Why not? Because I've abandoned that for some time. There you can see that's Tezza down to mode 1. I'm surprised actually he's not in mode 0. Trying to save as much ERS as possible then. So that's Evolution coming actually into the pit lane. And Sam Gamer has a drive-through penalty for speeding under the safety car. So he'll have to serve that 3 laps after the safety car has come into the pits. So once the safety car comes in, he'll be allowed 3 times past the start-finish line. On that 3rd time, he'll have to have served it. Otherwise, he'll get disqualified from the race. So safety car then will bunch them up. There it is. And it's met them down the Wellington Straight. And so now we have all of these guys bunched up. And we'll go again. So Evolution then will come back out. Does he come back out on a set of soft tyres, I wonder? Well, mediums are on the car. So we'll have to see if he rejoins then on those tyres. We'll bunch up the entire field. And let's have a look at the chat then. Let's see who's chatting. Ken says, hello. Hello, Ken. Glad of you to join us for this social race. Hope you're having a good time. And I hope you're enjoying the race and the commentary. Might as well take this opportunity to say, if you're enjoying this, why not subscribe to the channel? 10,000 strong right now, AOR. It's fantastic to see as we head into turn 9 there on the run towards turn 10. And make sure you do follow the league on Twitter as well, Apex on Racing on Twitter. And whilst you're there, why not give me a follow as well? If you're enjoying my commentary, I do lots more of it, 5 nights a week. It's exhausting, but why don't you follow me at KSMCGF1. So they're now coming down the Wellington Straight as we make our way towards Stowe Corner. Let me know down in the comments then, what's your favourite corner of Silverstone? Give me a reason why as well. Personally, I love Copse Corner. It may not be a great overtaking opportunity, but it's a real challenge to try and take it flat out and as quickly as possible. Tezza then comes into the pits from the race lead and he gets disqualified for ignoring a yellow flag. Oh, that's bizarre. Well then, that's going to shake up this race, and Evil's now out of the race. Well then, so the Renaults are both out in the space of, well, seconds. Disaster for them. Well then, so that's going to hand the race lead back to Vanquish then, and Beck is up to 2nd place. Come on, Beck, you can do it. Race wins just up the road. You could do it. Carnage, meanwhile, in the pits then, as is Noir Raider and Danks as well. Sam Gamer leaving on a set of medium tyres. Interestingly then, Carnage came in for another set of soft tyres. He re-emerges then, third place. And of course, yes, he's got to serve his drive-through penalty. Noir Raider gets a 5-second stop go for illegal blocking. And that's in the pit lane as well. So, well, that's an interesting one. Lots of interesting penalties being handed out by Race Control tonight. Anyway, NUFC saying, hey up, Beck for the win. Yeah, we've all got to go for Beck for the win. Absolutely. Second place right now. Prime position to take the lead away from Vanquish. Let's see what he can do. David Penner in the chat just saying, is this a fun, friendly race? Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's all 8 tiers get invited to these social races, and it's a chance for them to race each other. Sometimes you get to race people you never really raced before. It gives you a really good indication of where you stand in AOR, especially when you come towards the mid-season, of course. We're coming on to, I believe, round 3 this coming Sunday for all the tiers, so it gives you a good opportunity to race people you don't normally race before. What have we got in the chat then as well? NUFC says, race with Beck in AL2, very fast driver. Well, he's made a couple of mistakes on lap 1, found himself onto the grass, and then again on lap number 3, a couple of laps later, he caused a yellow flag in sector 1. So, well, just a couple of bad, little bit of mistakes then. Safety car in this lap then. Mylander has had enough. Vanquish gets to control the path then, control the pace. Beck a little bit far back for my liking. Well, DRS is enabled and Vanquish can go for it now as he makes his way now on towards the final corner then. We're back under green flag racing, lap 7 of this race. Vanquish leads then, Beck in second, Carnage third. We've already got yellow flags in sector 3 and that's Donk around at turn 18. That looks like a case of cold tyres. Trying to spin up those rear tyres that are just so cold. So Vanquish leading them now in towards turn 3, and that is Carnage making a little bit of contact with Beck then as we head now through turn 5. He's now around the outside. That was very close between the two of them then. Beck then now down to third place, although Carnage then did make that little bit of contact there. Of course, Carnage has stopped under the safety car. Remember, Sam Gamer has to make that drive-through penalty. He still has that next to his name, so it's up to him when he takes that pit stop now, or when he takes that drive-through, I should say. You got Vanquish then leading the top 3 as they make their way now down towards Copse Corner through turn 9. Shut the car in and hope it sticks. They're all run wide because it's probably on those cold tyres. Vanquish still leading them now as we head through 10, through 11, then through 12 here. And then turn 13 of Beckett's, my apologies, as we now head through Chapel. Of course, DRS not enabled yet. We've got to have 3 racing laps after the safety car then. You can see Carnage using the slipstream very well. He's going to try around the outside of Stowe, is he? No, he backs out of it, but Vanquish runs wide, and Carnage can try a little bit of a switchback here. On the run now, down towards turn 16. He's on the outside here. And Ferrari on the inside. Then Carnage has the inside line for turn 17, then through turn 18. Lovely move from Carnage that time around, and he takes the lead of this race then. Lap number 8. As we head now in towards the first corner at Abbey, then through Church. The Ferrari runs a little bit wide then. You've got Beck then in third place under pressure from Sam Gamer. As Sam goes up the inside then in towards turn 3. Contact made between him and the Toro Rosso. He's still going to make his drive through, and that's Noir Raider going up the inside. I think Beck's just feeling like he's being a little bit abused here. The Red Bull then loses the back end completely. Has to make the spin around there as yellow flag in sector 1. Well, that's going to be Noir then. Beck will feel a little bit hard done by there, I think. Almost bullied out of the way. But still in fourth then, as Raider spun the car around. That's going to put him in the position to try and defend from Donk then, as they head now up towards Luffield. As you can see there, Donk running, got a lot of understeer going through turn 7 there, as they head now in towards Woodcote and then towards Abbey. In towards turn 9 of Abbey, of Copse. What am I doing? I told you this circuit was the bane of my existence. Corner names, it's just, I can't do it. Anyway, here we go then. Through turn 12, through 13 of Beckett's. I got it right that time. And then in towards Fordsley and then of Chapel on the run now towards Stowe Corner. That is turn 15. And that's Sam Gamer coming into the pits. That's for his drive-through penalty. which he has to serve this lap. So in he comes, and agonising speed then in the pit lane for this drive-through. So slow. It's 60 kph all the way down this pit lane. And well, that's the punishment he has for apparently speeding under the safety car. And he comes towards the end of the pit lane. So close to the end now. The only thing is the tyres will have cooled off quite a bit, so he's got to be careful of the rear tyres. Of course, the pit lane goes up and then over the crest. Got to be very careful not to spin the car all the way around. He rejoins then quite some way behind the pack then, as you would after a drive-through. Carnage then leading the way. It is Vanquish in second, Beck in third, Noir Raider in fourth, Donk not far behind in fifth, with Sam Gamer then in sixth place. Evil retired from the race, as did Dougie Falcons, and Tezza was disqualified from the race then for ignoring yellow flags. That was assuming came into the pit lane maybe too quickly for race control's liking. Anyway then, Donk here, heading now in towards turn 10 through 11, then through turn 12, and finally around turn 13. Before Chapel here runs a little bit onto the grass there. That's not going to help his exit, as we now have the run down towards turn 15. And Vanquish now comes into the pits but gets himself a stop-go penalty for speeding in the pit lane. And it's also a very difficult pit lane to get right as well, as you're just hoping that the car stops in time. Noir Raider then under pressure from the Williams of Donk then, as they make their way towards turn 1. You can see there that dirty air is affecting Donk a little bit. A little bit of understeer through turn 1. Nothing much else though, as Noir actually locks up there. He's compromised his entry into turn 4 here through the loop. And if Donk can get his exit right, he might have a good chance with DRS to have a chance. It looks like now 5/10. That looks like he's just slightly too far back now, as we now head down towards turn 6 then. And oh yeah, I hope you're enjoying this one. I know it's only 6 cars, but there's a good amount of racing going on, that's for sure. And we had a safety car. Come on, this race is offering so much. Battle for third place right now going on, as we now head in towards turn 9. Noir then running very wide. He's making his own track. He's gone to Hungary, hasn't he? And come back again. As we now head in towards turn 13. Then through turn 14. Into the DRS zone we go then. And you can see there Donk is just starting to fall away slightly from Noir in front of him. As we now head down towards turn 15 through Stowe Corner. And yeah, that's how it stands right now. Beck is into the pits then. Big lock up from the Red Bull then. Beck into the pits. What looks like this could be a stop then. Of course, with the safety car, it meant that Beck could take his tyres a little bit longer. So could Vanquish on those soft tyres. Maybe 2 extra laps maybe out of them. Maybe 1. Depending on that 50% race. Depending on that tyre wear. Of course, Silverstone is very testing on the tyre wear. It's also very testing on the aero package as well. It's long straights, but it's also got much more high-speed corners than many of the tracks on the calendar. It makes it so challenging for the drivers. As that we've got side-by-side action here, as that looked like Noir Raider getting it all out of control out of turn 5 there, and he's lost that position to Donk. He was building that gap, made a mistake, and is now behind the Williams. That's of course now for second place. So now Noir has to keep his head down now and do it all over again. You can see then the ERS has gone up to 5. He knows that mistake has cost him, and he knows now to get straight back on it. Again running wide on the exit of turn 9, as we now run towards Maggots here of turn 10, in through turn 11, through turn 12, then through 13 of Beckett's. Coming towards turn 14 of Chapel. As we run down the hangar straight, you can see that DRS wide open. Donk there making those moves before the braking zone. As we now make our way through Stowe. Coming now down the hill, that looks like, oh, Donk maybe was taking a different racing line. He certainly gave me the dummy about going into the pit lane. As now they make their way around the final couple of corners. Oh, Noir Raider's lost the back end. Throttle goes all the way down, and oh, not quite a 360. Almost though. Very good effort. And it does a little donut instead. There you go. There's your 360. Bit frustrating, that one, as Sam Gamer and Vanquish can just go straight past. So Sam Gamer now goes up to third place, spins off again. He's definitely frustrated with himself. He does retire from this race. That's a shame there for Noir. I thought he was going to carry on, just have a little bit of fun, but he's retired from this one. And meanwhile, Vanquish and Sam battling away now, as they now head through turn 5 of Aintree. Ferrari has the DRS on towards Sam Gamer, up towards turn 6 then. Will he have a look? No, he doesn't. He holds back for now. Maybe he might try something through turn 7 of Luffield here. He's definitely trying something. Sam Gamer runs wide through the middle of the corner and then loses the back end. Good opportunity for Vanquish here. They're going to run side by side through Woodcote. Don't tell me they're going to run side by side through Cops. That's not a great idea at all. Sam Gamer covers the inside line. But, you see there Vanquish braking early. He wants to try and get the best possible exit and the best possible run down towards turn 10 of Maggots here as we head through 11, then through turn 12, then coming up to turn 13 of Beckett's here, through 14 of Chappie. You can see there Sam Gamer running onto the grass a little bit. That's not going to help him at all. On the run now, down the hanger straight. Vanquish with the DRS moves to the left-hand side, sent him around the outside at Stowe. Could this be the Nigel Mansell move we've all been waiting for? Vanquish runs out of road there. Sam Gamer lets him rejoin the track. Down towards turn 16 we go. Locking up there. Very close together. No contact through turn 17. There's the contact there. Unintentional, of course, as we go through turn 18. But Sam Gamer holds on to that one for now. And Vanquish has to stay behind as we head now through turn 1. Once again, he'll have to try again. Down towards turn 3 then we go. Still Vanquish right behind. Oh, Sam Gamer loses the back end. Perfect opportunity for Vanquish to try and take advantage. And that is Sam Gamer running wide through the loop. And that is Vanquish getting an easy position there. Up to P3 he goes. And Sam Gamer then loses out on that DRS as well. Not the greatest place to lose the back end at all. And that means he just loses that back end. That's it. Completely gone. Heading now around at Luffield then. Oh, Sam Gamer getting a rear tyre onto the gravel then. That's not great. But as we head now down towards turn 9, you can see there Sam using that curb on the left-hand side. Remember, Sam had that drive-through penalty and he's still trying to battle away for a podium at the end of this. As we now come towards this stage of the race where drivers are just trying to manage their tyres at the moment. I wonder if we get a second safety car. It allows everyone to come back in, put on a set of soft tyres towards the end of the race. I wonder. Anyway, Carnage leading right now, halfway through this social race. Lap 14. Carnage leading the way. There is Donk then. He lost the back end at the safety car restart. Now look at him, up into second place as he makes his way now towards turn 1. Vanquish is running in third place right now, and Sam Gamer running in fourth. Unfortunately, in this race, we've lost Noir Raider. We've lost Beck as well at some point in sixth place there. We've also lost Evolution, Dougie Falcons, and Tezza all out of the race. Oh, Sam Gamer gets it wrong. Loses the back end completely through Farm. And then through turn 3 he goes and loses the back end again, locking up those tyres. That's not going to help them whatsoever, as Sam Gamer now has to use that runoff before turn 4 and trying to start the car up again in fourth gear. Not the greatest idea in the world, but he's back on track now and ready to try again. So heading now down towards turn 6 and then through the Luffield section, and Sam Gamer getting a 3-second time penalty. He's already had that drive-through penalty as well, which won't have helped him at all. He might have been up there fighting with Donk and Vanquish right now. However, he finds himself now fourth place. There is Carnage then, starting lap number 15. The crowd behind seem to be pretty pleased about that, as he makes his way now towards turn 3. That is Donk in second place, running on the way down towards turn 16, then through 17 here, and then coming towards turn 18. Good to see so many of you enjoying the stream. By the way, I do commentate over the AOR PS4 F3 League. That's what I meant. I was about to say the PS3 F4 League. Sure, why not? That was many years ago. Yes, I commentate over the PS4 F3 League along with Austin Smith, also known as Badgerman. So drop into one of those streams if you want to on Sunday, and you'll be able to see me commentating alongside Austin for that one. At the moment though, we're still focused on this social race, as Carnage leads the way by a sizable gap now. It's 26.2 the gap now. And what I'm thinking is Carnage will have to stop again. He won't be able to make those soft tyres last to the end. So he has to stop again. I wonder if these guys can make the mediums last. Well, how many laps have they got to do? They've got to do 12 laps, haven't they? 12 laps. So that will take them up to, what's that, 21 laps on the mediums? Let me know in the chat. 21 laps on the mediums. Do you reckon they could make it? I think they could. It's going to be a struggle with those. It will be a struggle, but remember they pitted under the safety car. Well, Donk and Sam Gamer did. For those medium tyres. But Vanquish didn't. He started on the soft tyres, stayed out under the safety car, now out on a set of mediums. See, that's the difference now. He'll have 11 laps to go now, and he'll have done 6 laps by the time we reach the start-finish line. So he'll have done 17 laps, so that's easy on those mediums, I would say. Now he'll be able to make it to the end. He won't have to stop again, but for Donk and Sam Gamer, it might be a little bit tough. They might have to worry about their tyre wear a little bit as they head now towards turn 3 on the run towards turn 4 for Donk. Second place right now. Amazing, really. He spun at the safety car restart. Cold tyres. And just lit up the rear tyres. They had no grip, just setting him around. Now he's running in second place. 11 laps to go here at Silverstone. And we're making our way now towards the closing stages. Something tells me, though, Carnage is going to pit this lap. I wonder. He's got 28-second gap on one of the slowest pit lanes on the calendar. You spend so much time in the pit lane, you lose a lot of time as well. And is Carnage coming into the pits? Oh, I'm psychic. There you go then. Race leader Carnage into the pits. And remember, oh, he's got another 5-second stop go. So Carnage is going to have to serve that stop go as well that I believe he got earlier on in the race. Makes his way through the pit lane then. 60 kph. Just goes on for such a long time. Into the pits he comes then. On go the medium tyres and away he goes. So he didn't have a penalty there, but that 5 seconds will be added onto the end of his race then. Donk here, second place right now. Where is Carnage then? He's making his way down the pit lane towards the pit lane exit. There's Donk coming around the final corner. I think Carnage is just about going to rejoin in the lead. It might be quite close though. There's Carnage coming over the crest. There's Donk coming through turn 2. And Donk, is he going to take the race lead here? He has to go around the outside, but yes, he has taken the race lead. But here's the problem for Donk now. He's on 11-lap-old medium tyres. Carnage is on fresh mediums. They might take a lap to warm up, but I'll tell you what, Carnage is up for this. Into the DRS zone he goes. Moves to the left-hand side. Side by side with Donk then, as we head now down the Wellington Straight in towards turn 6. And oh, Donk goes across the grass there. Losing control of that car. 3-second time penalty added to the end of his race. As Donk then tries to keep up with the Mercedes of Carnage. He knows he wants to try and get back in front and save those tyres. They're going to go side by side through Copsar. They know Carnage is lulled into that inside line, but he takes it beautifully. Beautiful line from Carnage then, and he keeps a hold of the race lead. Took a bit of battling, but he has now got the race lead here as he now makes his way through Chapel here and down the Hangar Straight. Now Donk will have some DRS. There's Vanquish in the distance as well, 3.3 behind Donk then, as we now make our way towards Stowe. Carnage here in control of this one as he makes the move on Donk. Now coming through 17 and then through turn 18. Now Carnage starts lap 18 of this race then, which means we have 9 laps to go here in Silverstone. With Carnage leading, Donk is in second, Vanquish third, 3.5 seconds behind Donk then, as he makes his way now towards turn 3. You got Sam there in 4th place, as he makes his way now towards turn 1. He's 15.9 behind Vanquish. We'll keep an eye on that gap and see how that goes. So he makes his way now down towards turn 3. Big lock up on that front right as we just cut away from Sam Gamer there. Pushing hard then. But he is losing time to Vanquish ahead of him. So we might only have 4 cars in this one, but I tell you what, Vanquish is closing on Donk here. as Sam Gamer picks up a 3-second time penalty. Remember, those penalties will add up, and Carnage has a 5-second stop-go penalty. That's going to be added to the end of his race. Donk has a couple of penalties as well, I believe. So it's not over till it's over, and I'm not going to look at the penalties just because we just need a camera on the race. But you can see there, Vanquish is closing. Vanquish closing on Donk then, as we make our way now through turn number 15. That is Stowe corner, of course, on the run now towards turn 16. Remember, if you are enjoying this, why not give it a like? Why not? Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in as we now head on to lap 19. It's been great having you. You've been great company. Heading now towards turn 3. This is Vanquish we're watching now. In towards turn 4, in towards the loop. And I hope you've enjoyed me behind the microphone. If you've never come across me before. Yeah, I hope so anyway. Why not? 2.5 seconds separates Donk from Vanquish. Remember, the age gap between the tyres is 4 laps. And Vanquish, who could probably make it to the end with a little bit of pushing, versus Donk, who probably has to take care of his tyres towards the end of this stint. They have 8 laps to go. Carnage making his way now in towards Copse Corner. Hasn't been the in-control race he thought it was going to be. Especially with that safety car, would have shaken things up, would have shaken the strategy up, especially when they came across the safety car, just came out. Really unexpected. But, well, as you can see at the moment, Carnage has handled it well. Keep an eye out then for Vanquish, because he is really closing now on Donk ahead of him. .6 the gap is now between Vanquish and Donk as we make our way through turn 17, then through turn 18. You can see how much Vanquish is actually closing now. In towards the last 7 laps of this race. 1.5 seconds separates Donk and Vanquish then, as we now head through turn 2, on the run up towards turn 3 now. As we can see now, 1.6, so Donk has managed to extend that gap a little bit. On the run now, down the Wellington Straight. Vanquish here is doing his best to try and close that gap. He knows once he gets into that DRS zone, he's got a good chance of making this move work. And you're watching the closing stages here of the AOR Hype Energy PS4 social race here at the British Grand Prix. Remember to tune in on Sunday as well for the AOR Hype Energy Leagues. The F1 League, of course, on PS4 starting at 7 PM. That's the earliest you can see a race happening. And also you can tune in to me on Sunday if you want to. I'm live at 8 PM BST. And I'll be covering the F3 League on the PS4. Vanquish then, 0.7 of a second now. He's within DRS range, but he wasn't within DRS range at the detection point, which means he has to stay behind for now. Coming through turn 15 now, through Stowe Corner, runs a little bit wide actually, but he's in a great position now to try and make a move. You can see Donk there, trying to park it on the apex there. A little bit of a tap. Oh, Vanquish has sent the Williams around. That will not help his tyre wear at all. And Donk, for the second time this race, finds himself around at that corner. And Vanquish, I think, originally was going to let him back through, but he's gone now. And Donk then, well, spun around by Vanquish. And any chance of a battle there, well, it's gone. Ah well, what can you do? Still then, Donk then, now 11.2 behind Vanquish. I think Vanquish was actually going to hold up and wait for him. But that didn't happen in the end, unfortunately. So Vanquish then up to second place. Lap 21 of 26 here at the British Grand Prix. It is still Carnage in the lead. 8.8 ahead of Vanquish now. Donk is in third place, 11.4 behind. And Sam Gamer here, 8.3 behind Donk. That gap's coming down though, 8.2. As he loses that back end on the exit there of Luffield. Coming through Woodcote and now on the run down towards Copse Corner through turn 9, chucking the car in. He's lost the back end. Oh, that's car is definitely misbehaving. He did well to keep that under control then. Through 10, 11, and then through turn 12, and then through turn 13. On the run now through turn 14. Got David there in the chat saying, the actual Spanish Grand Prix is Sunday. You're absolutely right. He hopes the Ferrari can get a win and not Mercedes. They've just been dominating. Well, half and half on that one. I think Ferrari have had a chance to win races, but things have got in the way. Sam Gamer comes into the pits then for what I assume is what is going to be an attempt to get the fastest lap of the race. Soft tyres, I reckon, are going to go onto this car. What do you reckon? Fastest lap of the race. He's got to be careful he's not lapped here. Actually, pit lane's that slow. Mercedes crew put on a set of soft tyres and away he goes. And where he should rejoin at some point. And there we go, up to speed now, 60 kph. Let's see where Carnage is actually out on track. He's actually coming towards Maggots now through turn 10, 11, 12 and 13. So that means that Sam is going to then rejoin the track. Of course he's going to be in 4th place because there's only 4 runners right now, but he's on some soft tyres and he's going to hope to try and get the fastest lap of the race. The current holder of that is Carnage, a 129.6 at the moment. Sam Gamer's fastest lap so far is a 130.6, so he's got a second to find, but on a low fuel load with these soft tyres should be a good opportunity to try and get that fastest lap of the race. He wants to try and make this entertaining for himself towards the end, but he's running wide at every single corner at the moment. That's not going to help with tyre wear, that's for sure. Vanquish then responds, 129.5. He probably knows that his teammate's coming to the pits. Of course, it comes up, teammate in the pits along the top of your HUD there. So Carnage knows that Sam's been into the pits, and now look at him. He's now trying to pump in those fastest laps of the race to try and make it as difficult as possible for Sam. These guys know no points are on offer today, don't they? Let alone no fastest lap of the race point. But they're just having a bit of fun, as is tonight. That's what it's here to promote. Just a bit of fun between the drivers across all the tiers tonight. As Carnage leading this one with 4 laps to go. And Sam then coming down towards turn 16. Then it is through turn 17. And then around the final corner of turn 18. Let's ride on board with Sam then as he makes his way through turn 18. And across the start-finish line. This is it then. This is going to be his best chance to get that lap in. In towards turn 1 he goes. Then through turn 2 at Farm. And up towards turn 3. Braking now. Steering in. Hoping that car sticks to the ground. And look at how planted it is to the track now. Trying now get as much grip as possible through turn 5 and Aintree down the Wellington straight towards turn 6. Where does he brake then? Just before the 50-metre board. And the car did not want to stick to the ground then, especially the rear end. It wanted to stick out. Through Woodcote onto the gravel slightly. That won't help his exit. On through Woodcote now. And now coming towards turn 9 of Cops Corner. Shucking the car in now, lifting off, had to, especially through qualifying, no different here in the race. Now heading through turn 10, through turn 11, then it is through turn 12, and then through turn 13. That car just wants to understeer actually through Beckett's there, through Chapel and down the hanger straight now. He's got to try and spot this braking zone here for Stowe Corner. A little bit of trail braking in order there to try and get the car stuck to the ground. Now coming towards turn 16. Lock up on the front left and he runs deep in towards 16, then through 17, then through turn 18. Has he done enough to try and grab fastest lap of the race? Yes, he has. 129.0. That's half a second quicker than Carnage. There's more out of those tyres to come, that's for sure. But at the moment here, Sam is just on it right now. Now he's gone to mode 0 on his ERS, probably to just save a little bit of ERS so he can try again on the next lap. That's what he's doing now. Carnage now on the run down towards turn 16. He will start the penultimate lap of the race any moment now, and he will start it in the lead as well. Coming around the final corner and towards the start finish line. There it is. Penultimate lap of the race then. As we head through turn 1 and through turn 2. Interesting camera angle here. Just behind that rear axle on the left hand side, or just in front of it I should say, really on that engine cover. As Carnage then makes his way around the final, the two corners there. There's Vanquish in for a 5-second stop go. Then they can change the tyres. On goes some softs for him. And away he goes. So he's going for the fastest lap too. I wonder if Donk is going to do the same. No, he's not. He's more worried about track position at the moment. So he's going to take second place. And you can see there it's a long pit lane for Vanquish then. So he will get one lap to try and get that fastest lap of the race. At the moment held by Sam, which is a 1:29.0. There's Carnage then, making his way through turn 9. And then on towards turn 10, 11, 12, 13, and then 14. Just keeping the car on, just keeping it tidy. And yeah, got it perfect, really, pretty much, on those medium tyres. Now on the run now, down towards Stowe Corner and turn 15. Vanquish then, on a mission now to build up that ERS. You can see now mode 0. He's wanting to build up that ERS. He wants that fastest lap of the race. Sam then using up that ERS as well. Didn't quite see. Did he actually improve on his lap time? He didn't. So he will have one more chance, of course. Locking up though into Woodcote. That's not going to help. Oh, sorry, into Luffield. My apologies. As you now head into Woodcote now. So final lap of the race then started by Carnage as he makes his way in towards turn 3. Vanquish here is now on his flying lap. He's picked up a 3-second time penalty though, and he's had enough. He's absolutely had enough. And that is, well, what would have been race over if the damage was on. But he'll rejoin the track then and retires from the session. Oh, that's a shame. Didn't make it to the checkered flag. Such a shame, that one. Well, Carnage then is making his way through the Luffield section now, in through Woodcote, through turn 8, and then on towards Cox Corner, the old turn 1, the new turn 9, chucking the car in, hoping it sticks as well, and it does. It does stick. Now making his way through turn 10, then through turn 11, through turn 12, as it just gets slower and slower now through turn 13, now making his way towards turn 14, of course no DRS, he's leading the race down towards Stowe Corner on towards the Hangar Straight, and there it is then, Stowe Corner chucking it in into this right-hander, staying away from the curbs. Look how much understeer there is towards the end of this race then on those medium tyres, heading now down towards turn 16, then through turn 17, he's finishing it in 6th gear, why not, through the final corner then, up to 8th gear, Carnage then wins the social race here on PS4. I bet he had a lot of fun as well. He has that 5-second stop go for speeding in the pit lane, but I don't think it's going to make too much of a difference to the race results. I don't know what gives me that idea. Donk then making his way now down towards turn 15, and then heading now towards turn 16, and then he'll be making his way through turn 17 and through the final corner. Then Donk has had a mixed race today, but he will finish in 2nd place. Then Sam, well, I don't think he would have expected to be on the podium. But he's got the fastest lap of the race, that's for sure. That's guaranteed now. On towards turn 16 he goes. Big lock up there on the front left. And he's trying to drift it around and locks up. And can't keep the car in the right way. And does a little bit of a donut as well. He knows the cameras are on him. Just doing some donuts there. As now he heads towards the final corner. Hopefully making it to the line. And we'll finish in 3rd place then. Carnage then wins the AOR Hype Energy PS4 social race here at Silverstone. Well, there weren't many cars out there, but I tell you what, they gave us a great race then. And what a result with then. I hope you've had a lot of fun tonight. I have, especially. There's some names here that I haven't come across before. And hopefully you've enjoyed the commentary tonight as well. Make sure you do follow the league on Twitter. It's at Apex on Racing for all the leagues then on F1 2018, Project Cars, and of course R Factor 2, as you can possibly see. And well, you can also follow me whilst you're there as well if you really want to, at KSMCGF1. Sam there saying, good race guys, and also David saying the only time you'll see Williams on the podium. Hopefully that will change soon, David, in about the next decade. Let's hope anyway. Anyway, Final results then: Carnage in first place, Donk in second, Sam Gamer in third, Vanquish in fourth, Noir Raider fifth, Beck in sixth, Evolution in seventh, Dougie in eighth, Tezza in ninth. Of course, Vanquish down to Tezza, all did not finish the race. Well, I hope you've had a lot of fun tonight. I have especially. And hopefully you'll be joining me on Sunday for the AOR Hype Energy F3 League on the PS4. We'll be live from about 8 PM and I hope to see you there. Until next time though, I've been Kieran McGinley, you've been watching. Take care of yourselves and I will see you next time.